Oh, everybody. Welcome, very welcome. My name is Nina Rölke and I am your host here tonight. I'm a senior project manager here at Kulturhuset Stadsteatern. And we are here tonight for the first in a series of Ukrainian artistic meetings that Kulturhuset Stadsteatern will host during the upcoming year. Åsa. A series of Ukrainian artistic meetings that Kulturhuset Stadsteatern will host during the upcoming year. Åsa, can you tell what it is? This Ukraine artistic meeting, since you actually had the idea of the method, the format.
Thank you. Yeah, hi, my name is Åsa Steinsvik. I'm a producer and coordinator for the guest artist program at Kulturhuset Stadsteatern. And I see many familiar faces and many new faces. That makes me really happy. I think this idea came from many directions, and it started with me speaking to Power at Swan, and it's the Swedish Swedish Artist Network.
Residency.
Swedish Art Residency Network. It's an amazing thing. You should really look it up if you don't know it. And we talked about it's so important to make projects that are really based on real needs, you know. So I asked, can I speak to your big network of artists from Ukraine living in Sweden, and ask this community, what do you think is needed? What should we do? So when I did that, it appeared to me that most people I talked to said that, I want to work, I want to get in contact with the Swedish art scene and other artists, and working together, making projects together. So then we created this format. It's a way, for Ukrainian artists and other cultural workers to connect with the Swedish ones. And we were thinking that some culture, some bar, some sitting down, some walking around will, then it will solve itself, and hopefully some people will meet and create something together. And we have more meetings coming in the fall, so tell all your friends, and we will grow as a community together and create new things together. So the Ukrainian artistic meetings are a part of a European Union project, funded project, with partners in 3 countries, and it's called Triangle for Ukrainian Artists. So Nina, perhaps you could tell them more about this.
Yeah, I will. The project is all about supporting Ukrainian artists during wartime, and especially playwrights, theaters. And they have a hard time keeping in contact with each other. People live all over the world by now. And also to run their own theater venue in Kiev. So this is partly why we want to do this project. And other things, not only Ukraine artistic meetings we do in the project, or for instance, of course, the most important thing are the residencies, because we have a residence program together with partners in Skåne. We are also translating new plays and promote them. We have networking events like this, but also readings and showcases. And we have also in the project like mentoring and colleague-to-colleague exchange, knowledge exchange for both Swedish and Ukrainian theater workers. And also we want to develop a chair and exchange and document the project thoroughly and make a policy paper in the end, so others can use our model for working with people from war zones maybe later on. And last but not least, we have also this sub-project called Cultural Bank. Åsa, can you tell what Culture Bank is?
Yeah, I can do that. And I also want to add that we have some representatives from our partner in Rikstolvan here, Staffan and Bea. And this whole The Triangle for Ukrainian Artists was created together between us. We're so happy that we can do it together. We have really different kind of institutions, and you are professional with residencies and networking and many other kind of things. So it's good for this big institution, slow institution, to work with something dynamic like your place. And the Cultural Bank, I work together with Khaled Harara, who is standing over there at the table, and also with Dana, with the Theatre of Playwrights. The Cultural Bank, me and Khaled, we have talked a long time about, is it possible to relocate resources from Sweden to conflict areas? And by resources, I mean actual things, to collect them here and to send them there. So we're making a Cultural Bank as a project like that. We're collecting things for the Theatre of Playwrights Theatre. So we asked you what you needed, and we're collecting them from institutions in Sweden and transporting it to your theatre in order to support you.
Exactly. So this is one of the things we also do in the Triangle for Ukraine Artists. So you already told Rikstolvan is our partner in Skåne. We have another Swedish partner, Sverige, the Swedish, what do they call themselves in English? It's a Swedish Performing Arts Coalition, and they also do this theatre biennale every second year, where they will make a place for our partners and the place that come from our project, and to disseminate the place and things that come from the project. Another partner is Viladesius in Krakow in Poland. And hi there, I hope you are with us. We're actually streaming this event to our partner countries. And yes, then we have of course, our most important partner, and that is Theatre of Playwrights in Kiev. And actually, Dana, you came here yesterday after 24 hours of travel, just to join us here and work with Culture Bank. Please tell us a bit about Theatre of Playwrights.
Yes, so hello everybody, my name is Dana, and I'm really grateful to be here. I'll tell you a lot about the Theatre of Playwrights. So it is located in Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine. It is in the city center, but like in an -1 floor, so in underground a bit. And it's a very young theater. It was made by 20 Ukrainian modern playwrights who connected together because they wanted to highlight that there is modern Ukrainian plays, that playwrights exist, and they do produce a lot of plays even during the war. But the plan to create the theater was even before the war. In 2020, they started a work to make a whole theater, but the first premieres were already during the full-scale invasion in 2022. So the full-scale invasion brought even more difficulties to the work of the theater, because a lot of playwrights had to leave the country. A lot of them are women and mothers with kids, so now they are working from abroad, but we're all connected by internet and Zoom, luckily. Also, a lot of them come to visit and to come to their premieres of their own plays. And this is very nice, and I think it's a big opportunity for us to be heard worldwide, to be heard in Europe too. And I'm very glad that I'm here. And we have a small video from Kiev, from Theatre of Playwrights. It was shot right before the premiere of a new show. And on the video you can see Maxim Kurechkin and Lyudmila Timoshenko, two of 20 playwrights, and also you will hear the voice of Andriy Bondarenko, who is also working in the team project for the Triangle of Ukrainian Artists, and he is also one of the co-creators of the theater. So.
Hello to all. We are the Theatre of Playwrights. We are located in Kiev, the capital in Ukraine.
We are very happy to have this opportunity to communicate with you.
Добрий вечір.
Hello.
Ви до нас в село? Заходьте.
We are theatre playwrights. That means we are an independent theatre that was created by Ukrainian playwrights. Our goal is to include playwrights in the theatrical process, and we also want to present and promote drama and authors as an important element of modern theatre. Our theatre was born in 2022 from a community of independent playwrights, representatives of new drama movement. Today our repertoire includes several permanent plays based on the works of modern Ukrainian playwrights. Also, we hold various workshops, meetings and lectures.
The important stage of our development was the joint project with our international partner Triangle for Ukrainian Artists, initiated by Kulturhuset Stadsteatern.
Thank you very much for your attention. We will be very happy to continue an acquaintance with you.
And thank you very much, theatre playwrights. Hope you're with us out there. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Åsa. I will now continue to tell about the rest of the evening. Now, where is it? It always is.
I want to thank you also for the Cultural Bank program, because it is also a really big help for us nowadays to have more devices that can provide higher levels of show of performances in the theater. So
Yes, and if you know anyone who has stuff we could send to Kiev Theatre, please tell us. Tell them to contact us.
yeah.
Good, thank you. All right. Tonight we have an exciting evening planned with many distinguished guests, both on stage and in the audience, both live and digital. So this event is also being live streamed to our partners in Poland and Ukraine. Before we invite you to continue mingling, exploring the exhibition and enjoying the tunes of DJ Insomnia Taxxi, I'd like to take a moment to introduce this evening's program. At 7:45, DJ Insomnia Taxxi will transition from a DJ set to Thank you for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoyed mingling, exploring the exhibition, and listening to the tunes of DJ Insomnia Taxxi. Give her applause, please. For those unfamiliar with her work, Insomnia Taxxi is an international sound artist, composer, and music producer specializing in experimental electronic music and sound design. Originally from Ukraine and now based in Sweden, she is active in film, theater, digital art, sound design, and is known for her conceptual electronic music compositions and Ukrainian underground DJ sets. All music she plays tonight is Ukrainian. And she will not only be DJing, but also performing her own sound art live, and she's joined by a poet, Gail Dressler, who has written a poem in memory of the late Ukrainian pilot Andriy Pilchikov. Please join me in welcoming them on stage.
raging thunder rolls across the skies. The enemy planes are flying high to cause chaos in the land below, mercilessly in a war we know. With nerves of steel and a fighting will, the protector of the Ukrainian skies, for the land that he so loved, securing peace from up above. With all his strength he puts to use this fearless pilot by the call sign Juice. Courageously he lit up the nights and in battle fought a mighty fight. A combat pilot with a fighting will tears across the smoky skies. A young man came, a young man dies. His legend will remain alive, turn into stars to cherish long. This pilot's destiny was strong. A dark night hold young pilot's faith. How this could be, make no mistake. But faith alone was to unfold, and on its own shall prevail. To come to take our pilot home, from east to west he would roam. And he gave it all what he could give, yes. He gave it all what he could give, and will always be the ghost of Kiev. Yes, he gave it all what he could give, and will always be the ghost of Kiev. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Insomnia Taxxi and Gail Dressler, for this amazing performance. Yes, give them an applause. All right, next we are thrilled to welcome our esteemed artist, Kateryna Seheda and Anna-Karin Rasmusson, who will be joined us for an artistic interview. Hosting this discussion is artist and art pedagogue Estella Burga from Kulturhuset Stadsteatern. Let's give a warm round of applause to our guests and our host.
Okay, we haven't really planned this sitting. Hi. Ska jag ta micken närmare? Tack så mycket. Tack, tack. Okay, is maybe like this? Yeah? Yep. Better? Thank you so much, Nina, for inviting me here. I work in the building, and but it's so interesting to have the opportunity also to kind of immerse oneself into two different artists in this way. And you had a showcase, so you already seen the works that are here, both Anna-Karin's and Kateryna's, but I'm going to try to just dig into what I was curious about in your artistships. First, I would like to ask you both, how did you come into art? How did art become your language in the beginning? So maybe I ask you first, Kateryna.
Okay. It's a little bit strange sound for me. I've been drawing since I was very young, literally since 2 years old. My mother didn't have money for art materials, but I was lucky, and her friend has a very house with stationery, and she gave me everything what I need for 5 years. And my first memories, I was sitting and drawing all the time, because I had no normal childhood, but I have a lot of materials for expression. Then there was art school, which I graduated from at the age of 16, and got basic knowledge of drawings and paintings. Probably after that I got a more conscious approach, because before that it was subconscious, I would say. When I started thinking about artist language, and I was seeking approach for express myself, I would say that I don't know my life without art. It's a part of my life. And after the death of my grandmother, who raised me, sewing took a special meaning. It has a very important sense for me, because she was teaching me this. It has a ritual effect that helps to feel a unique connection with her. Even now, yes, I'm finished. First question.
Okay, so, and how about you, Anna-Karin?
Yes, I actually didn't know that you could be an artist when growing up, because my family didn't come from that kind of background. I had that experience. So, but I knew I wanted to do something with my hands, and the thing I knew was architecture, that you can draw houses. So I worked really hard to come into architect school, and did so. But then I went sick and got hospitalized for some years. And while being better, I got this art therapy as part of a program. And I realized how much I liked to paint and how that infected me. And this art therapy woman showed me that you can go to these preparatory art schools and take it easy and just paint and relax for a while. So I did that, and I stayed for 2 years, and was always thinking I should go back to architecture school, but after 2 years, my student peers start to apply for art school, so I did that as well and happened to come in. And then I thought, okay, maybe I can do this for a living, or so. That was how I came into the art language, you can say.
And what's so, thank you both. What's so interesting to see when you compare both of your works, it's that both of you work with the duality in the body and of the body. And how did that came into your work? How did that come into your work?
Should I start?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, in this piece I have 2 bodies, and that's the most common maybe in my videos and performances. And I think that's because it's the most, or the less people you need to like investigate the relation somehow. And that's what I'm interested in, human relations. But also when I work more with an inside feeling, for example, I use sometimes 2 bodies to like show the duality within. Yeah. So that's why.
Okay. And
yeah, it's a so interesting question, and I think human beings have duality that expressed in striving to divinity and at the same time having animal instinct that occupy an important place in our life that we are guided by, and it's here that the conflict arises, because often this duality contradicts each other. Probably my religion experience, because I was lucky to live in a Crimean monastery, I saw wonderful and sacred things. And
so, was it a monastery in Crimea?
In Crimea, okay. Yes.
You live there or outside?
Yeah, I live, but it's not so long.
Okay.
And I am a religion person, and maybe it lets me to comprehension about duality, and especially I focus on animal instinct because how I said it's always contradicts 2 parts of our life, striving to divinity and at the same time animal instinct, I mean reproduction and eating, everything. I closely consider the body as the embodiment of God's plan, what we use every day, and art is an integral part of our being. Therefore, we involve our embodiment in this sphere of our being, and the body does not belong to us, but becomes an independent object where we put certain meanings.
Thank you. We can definitely see that in the pieces that we have here in the room in this showcase. And so, Kateryna, you talked a little bit about the animal and the animal part of the human, and here you have animals. So what is the starting point here? Before you used, or what I've seen is like more human body parts, and now there's an animal here. So.
Yeah, for me it's interesting question because my starting point for investigating of animal instinct was when I came to Sweden and I met artist Teresa Legber, and we lived in the same residence surrounded by northern forests and wild animals. Teresa collected wonderful collection of bones and skulls, and I was overwhelmed when I saw it. But I saw wild animals almost every day. It had a profound impact on my art and me. And I started investigating this topic and having my dog. And my dog is obsessive with hunting, and I started blending separate part of different animals, deer, dog, and human being, because I continue investigating, striving to divinity, this path, and I started blending different parts.
So, like we can see here.
Yes, and I use textile reminding human skin, emphasizing tenderness and vulnerability. It's like human and animal at the same time.
Mm. Yeah, they're very like tactile. You can almost sense how you could touch them and make them. Can you touch them, or are they very delicate?
Very delicate, yeah. And I wanted to develop in detail the shape of the deer's body and describe a gentle story about violence. Why gentle? Because it's the minds of people. It's considered that a mother's relationship to her children is tender. Yeah, but it's always about my work is autobiographical, and I work with my own story, and I want to describe how I see relationships between perpetrator and victim, and we can say predator and prey. This is I'm considering these interrelationships between perpetrator, but it's like relationships with mother and her child.
Yeah, can you touch those now, or are they very? Can one touch them here, or are they the sculptures?
What do you mean?
Could I touch them here, or are they very sensitive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
then I won't do that. So, and this predator and prey, in your video here, Anna-Karin, they are also like a mix of like who is attacking who. You see those two figures, but I also wondered in this piece that we have here. Suddenly, in your all other works, there has been like a faceless figure, and now we can really see a baby, a child. So how did that child come into your work?
Yes, it's a child, and I'm so happy when that our works are so close together. Now also when you start to talk about the mother and child relationship and the predator and the prey, and that you work from within yourself, and that's exactly what I want to say about my work. I always start from within myself, and so this work started from the relationship between being a parent and the kid. And I started to think about this relationship 10 years ago when I became a parent myself, and reflecting back to my own childhood. I think a lot of people that becomes parents do, but I didn't work with that until now, until this piece. And that's maybe a bit because I wanted to take in my own kid, but I was a bit uncertain if that was okay. But I thought it was okay when they have a mask on and are anonymous, and we have like a play, and what happens then, or this feeling of the piece is then made in the editing, you can say, and what's added afterwards. Was that the answer?
Yes, of course. Yes,
okay.
It's yeah. Thanks.
I would like to add something.
Yes,
because I'm so grateful for Anna-Karin's choice for video installation. The poor child, because it gives me a special hope, and in my path of forgiveness and reconciliation, I've been trying to get closer, that understanding that God loves all children, because now we can't hear, but in this video installation there is expression that God älskar
alla barn.
Alla barn. And I've been trying to get closer and understand it, being aware of my past, that God loves me too and loved in my childhood.
And that the child has a right and a voice, and it has a power of itself, and is free somehow.
This work real has special sense.
Yeah, the same for you.
I'm seeing that the time is flying past, so I'm gonna jump over one question. Maybe we're gonna stay here so we can all talk afterwards also. But I just thought of you both have come into making performances, and before I know Anna-Karin that you have written and told in interviews that that it was super important for you to have control, and that's why you kept yourself. You made your installations and videos with you and with yourself, but now you have started doing performances, and how has that affected your work, and how did that come about?
Yeah. Since 3-4 years, I started doing performances, and yeah, exactly as you put it, I just loved doing a performative video in the studio, and then having the control to edit and add and everything. But then I came to a point, maybe, when I thought, I have to do it live. I have to try to do it live and see what comes out of it. And about that time, I also got asked by Institutet, that is a theater group, if they could produce a performance for me. So it was a perfect opportunity to try it out. And I think the difference is that you don't have control, and it's very direct and in the room, and yeah, I feel it. I like it very much, actually, to let go of the control, and it becomes more vulnerable in a way, and more out of my comfort zone, and more real there and then.
Yeah. Like we're here talking now. And you also have started doing performances together with Teresa.
Teresa, yes.
And how has that been for you?
Yes, it was amazing. I want just only this. It was amazing. And I think that the experience of working with performance has made my project deeper. And now I think it's more conscious approach to process of sewing the sculptures, for example, or drawings. I'm going deeper into the preparation process than in the embodiment and implementation. I'm focused on, I'm interested in process itself more than result. I would say that I have learned to understand my feeling better when I'm in the process of creating. I also learned to be less distracted by various factors, to be more focused on work. But most importantly, thanks, yes, Teresa Legber. Now I have a little bit nervous and repeat the same things. Yes, it was amazing and unique experience for me. I remember our first performance in Valstena. It's about the war and divinity. It was real godness. I felt it. It's a sacred thing. Something happened.
I think that I also know that you prepared a question for each other, so maybe that's the final questions that we have. So do you want to start and asking Anna-Karin something?
Yes, I want to ask you, how did you come to video installation using complex scenography?
Yes, so from the beginning I was only painting, and then I felt I needed, or I wanted to add some time aspect to it that I didn't really feel I got from painting. So I started to animate the paintings and go into animation. And then animation took so long time, and that don't really fits my personality. So I started to bring in my own body dressed up as the clay doll, and mix video and animation together. And after a while, I left the animation part and just built up these scenographies in the studios that were like enlarged scale of the animation scenographies. And I'm really bad at building, but I like it very much, and it gets, it's so nice to feel the power of like building something big. And then I started to act and film in those installations or buildings.
Because I always want to know how it works, and when I saw Anna-Karin's video installation, and I tried to understand how it's possible to make a lot of stuff decoration and yeah.
And my question is how you, if you think that when you had to move to Sweden, or how that has infected your work or your artistic practice, if it has.
Yes, I think it had a profound impact on my art and my life. I don't know why Sweden still, it's a real destiny, because our goal was get out from occupation territory, and we didn't know what next, what the country,
Yeah, and I think it's destiny, and how I said about what affected me. Northern forests, northern nature, absolutely another country, another culture, another world. I remember exactly 2 years ago I came Sweden and to Sweden, and I think everything had changed in my life. And I started investigating a new world for me, and I think appeared new topic, animal instinct, because before that I didn't investigate it, and a lot of information, new information for me, and even now I try to understanding what happens, and everything my changes happens with the war in Ukraine. Background, it's the war in Ukraine, and after that the war in Gaza. Now it's continuous, and we see mass atrocities, perishing babies from Gaza, and disfigured and mutilated bodies from Ukraine. And we can deny our reality, but it happens regardless of us. We just accept it as a part of our life. And we should resist. Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Great. Last words. Resist. Thank you, and thank you. Sorry, is this just? Is it? It's 9:30. Yes, okay. Yes, so great. So now I think we end this conversation and can continue to talk afterwards. Okay. Thank you so much, Kateryna.
Thank you.
And thank you, Anna-Karin. And thank you.
It's no problem. Thank you very much for this very interesting talk. We now
You can see me. You can see me. You can see me. You can make a feeling. 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 You can make a feeling.